Waluigi, known on the courts as the Question, the self-proclaimed rival to Luigi and Eternal Assist Trophy. This dastardly doofus first showed up in Mario Tennis before transitioning into the main Mario Party series in the third generation. I'm pretty sure most players fondly remember him as the embodiment of the Mischief Star stamp, and using its power to beat Bowser in a fistfight. Or if not that, when he shocked thousands of audience members in a soccer tournament by performing his now infamous crotch chop technique, gaining underground fans the world over. However, just because you try hard doesn't mean you're actually good and competitive, so let's ask the question we do every week. How good was Waluigi actually? And in this video we'll be covering these competitive formats. Waluigi made his debut in Mario Party 3, making a splash with his intimidating signature ability, Lanky Lad. This would trick players into wondering if Waluigi had a different hitbox from all the other characters, causing their accuracy stat to lower. This gave Waluigi a unique niche in the metagame, synergizing well with his mischief typing. Waluigi's biggest weakness was his signature item, the Poison Mushroom, which forces a player's next roll to be less than 4. While this move was situationally useful, it didn't have the immediate effect of a regular mushroom or dueling glove, making him weak to another top-tier meta threat, Peach, whose plunder chest could easily steal an item held onto for longer. Unfortunately, Waluigi was completely outclassed by the top tier of the meta, Donkey Kong, whose Buff Boy ability caused a similar confusing effect to Waluigi's own hitbox shenanigans. What's worse, except in a few situations, Donkey Kong's reverse mushroom was blatantly superior to the poison mushroom. With this, Donkey Kong could reverse the controls of any player, causing them to turn away from the star. However, the reverse mushroom actually doubled as being incredibly broken for self-usage as well, letting a player choose which direction they want to go on a multi-path road, setting up some dirty moves like the infamous double boo turn. Waluigi's only real advantage was having a small chance of moving the giant womp if the creepy cavern terrain was active, but this wasn't enough to give Waluigi results, and so he fell to underused. Here, his janky hitbox mind games let him be a force, easily confusing Daisy and his eternal rival Luigi. But in an 8-character metagame, being in the lower half means that using Waluigi usually comes down to bias. In DMC, however, Waluigi was a meta-defining force. He is the only character with a partner having 3 attack, Piranha Plant. With a stab Vine Whip, Piranha Plant can one-shot any partner short of the incredibly bulky Womp, partner of Waluigi's eternal rival, Donkey Kong. Even considering the expanded meta, the only thing that can match the sheer power of the plant is a crit baby Bowser, who is unreliable to get onto the field and has his highly inaccurate Yowza It's Bowza attack. Piranha Plant is further blessed with the passive ability to find dice blocks, adding between 1 and 3 spaces to Waluigi's roll most turns. This increases Waluigi's board presence and lets him lap opponents quickly, getting additional coins better than any other character in the game. However, it's not all roses. Piranha Plant is tied for the most expensive starter in the game, taking 5 coins from Waluigi every turn. DMC meta starts you with 10 coins, so if Waluigi rolls unlucky twice or somehow loses coins, he'll be absolutely defenseless. Thus, Piranha Plant is best as a choice for a late-game sweeper, but Waluigi has to use it first, and its terrible defenses make it easy prey for the meta-defining powers of Yoshi, whose Boo can use Destiny Bond to easily one-shot Piranha Plant, even caught in the worst position. Waluigi's unreliability keeps him from destroying the meta, especially if brought to blowhard, where the fastest path through the board involves putting the plant into defense mode, where just about anything can take it out. But the sheer fear that Piranha Plant invokes cannot be overstated, outclassing Luigi in sheer potential, Daisy in viability for a high-class partner, and Mario and Wario in general, leaving Waluigi solidly overused. Gen 4 would not be kind to the purple prankster, however. While his amazing psychological advantage remained, this was the only trait that kept him relevant, as he suffered greatly from the Mini-Mega Mushroom split. This eliminated all mushrooms that were not part of the new Mini-Mega system, along with the Skeleton Key, requiring Luigi, Donkey Kong, and Waluigi to find new strategies. Luigi became specialized toward the Mini Mushroom, the closest thing to Waluigi's previous Poison Mushroom, and gained a similar niche to what Waluigi had before. And in their attempts to nerf Donkey Kong, Hudson actually buffed him by making him the focus of Mega Mushrooms, specifically the Super Mega Mushroom. This gave Donkey Kong unparalleled board control, letting him roll wherever he wanted and also buff his coin stat, almost guaranteeing him a coin star by the end of the game. And what did Waluigi get? The Sparky sticker. Known as the worst item in the game, the Sparky sticker lays a trap on the user's current space, making the next person who passes it lose 10 coins, and a power-up if they have it. Waluigi does not get a coin buff, and actually has to spend 15 coins to even receive the item, giving him a net loss every time he tries to use it. Now this is already bad, but the further problem is, if you're using the Sparky sticker to gatekeep an area, you're already the closest player to whatever you're trying to get, making the Sparky sticker the most ineffective win more button in the game. Faced with absolutely zero advantages, even compared to the totally random Yoshi, Waluigi failed a rarely used, where only his diehard fans remained. Good news seemed to spring up for Waluigi in Mario Party 5, however. Donkey Kong, his oppressor in both previous generations, was banned to Ubers. With DK mains scrambling to find a foothold in the new meta, Waluigi took advantage of being the best hitbox abuser in town. His new competition, Boo, was just as much a detriment as he was helpful to users, as Boo's levitate did not give him significant advantages and made momentum canceling oddly difficult. Additionally, the favorite item mechanic has been completely phased out, with randomly distributed capsules being the new norm. As you would expect, Waluigi thrived in this environment and shot up the rankings to overused, with notable Waluigi mains making names for themselves. At Runaway Guys Nationals, Proton John won 5 consecutive boards with Waluigi, topped off with an absolutely stunning 10-star game at Undersea Dream, an unprecedented feat. And in one of the most historic games of all time, the People's Champion Medibot survived a grueling 50-turn game of Pirate Dream that, despite his will to go on being forever drained, Waluigi somehow pulled out on top. The numbers do not lie, and in Mario Party 5, Waluigi was not just super, he was super duper. And in Super Duel mode, Waluigi was a middling threat. Donkey Kong was allowed in the Super Duel format, and he took advantage of an unbanned full random meta to ensure that his mech, the Banana Bot, was the one-shot, one-kill monster it claimed to be. Waluigi went for an offensive build, using the Super Dupe Coupe, a surprisingly well-balanced machine. However, Waluigi unfortunately has the issue of being the only mech with the worst gun in the game, the Bomb Cannon. With the delay on its shots, combined with the relatively low health of the spiny body, those fighting him could sigh in relief as more powerful guns, like the E-Gad Cannon, Bullet Bill Gun, and Mr. Eye Laser, made short work of the Purple Plumber. Even on ice, where it was more difficult to dodge, Waluigi's high speed compared to his weak handling made him an unreliable pick over the Speedy Peach, the tanky Bowser, or the incomparable DK. But hey, at least he's not Koopa Kid, right? Waluigi wasn't bad in Super Duel, just outmatched. And in Mario Party 6, Waluigi gained his now infamous signature ability, "You're lousy!" As hitboxes were known to become more normalized, or rather that he probably didn't even have the ability to start with, Waluigi's flocked to "You're lousy" as the most true combo in the game, confirming into almost any action. Getting a star, losing money, landing on a happening space, throwing out an orb at someone, rolling the perfect number, all of these true combo into "You're lousy," giving the Waluigi player a huge morale boost. This put Waluigi at the top of the usage charts at the start of the generation, with opponents either furious or laughing along to Waluigi's lousy tune. However, Mario Party 6 was notable for retooling the broken, luck-based capsule system into the similar but infinitely superior orb system, which actually let players know how to use them, not be randomly distributed, and generally, yeah, it sucked a lot less. The chaos that surrounded Waluigi was gone, meaning that after you figure out his buffing strategy, he's got no more tricks up his sleeves. And as we all know, Gen 6 was the start of Nintendo showing unprecedented love toward Gen 1, with non-standard star distribution board gimmicks returning from the first game. As Waluigi did not appear in Mario Party, he was unable to capitalize on the knowledge that the original Mario Partiers had, like Yoshi or Peach. However, the "You're lousy" was too large of a factor to ignore, and Waluigi found himself in Borderline. A solid choice for any party above the niche picks of Toadette and Daisy, but not quite achieving the same stardom he had previously. In Gen 7, signature items were reintroduced, something that Waluigi was familiar with and made even more meta-defining by making them almost character exclusive. While other characters got the absolutely game-breaking flower or the insane movement of Magic Wand and Triple Shroom, Waluigi got Vacuum. As the only character power that automatically targets everyone, it would be a decent power if not for the fact that it takes coins from everyone based on a spinner. While this can be used for some star denial plays, it's too inconsistent due to its luck-based nature and features stiff competition from various trap orbs that can be bought for a similar price. Instead of having a game winner, Waluigi's orb is a panic button that only works sometimes. Thus, with new threats like Dry Bones on the rise, Waluigi fell to underused. There, however, he was able to wreak havoc with his uncontested style. The long-range nature of the vacuum allowed him to play a long game, something that the opportunistic Mario Brothers and Birdo couldn't take advantage of, needing a rushdown style in order to be successful. Waluigi found himself a comfortable niche as the winner among losers, which, I mean, hey, might as well be the winner of something. Mario Party DS is a bad game. Oh no! Now you would think that Waluigi's lanky limbs would help him out during the motion control movement, but he would find himself stiff competition in Mario Party 8 in the form of Blooper. With multiple arms, Blooper was the clear choice for motion experts as, well, I mean, look at him. He's got lots of arms, he clearly knows how to use them. Waluigi reverted back to his old tricks this generation, but surprisingly, these allowed him to stand out even more. Waluigi had been in enough Mario parties that he had begun to be revered as one of the classics, raising his overall notoriety stat. New partiers were added with abysmal notoriety, Hammer Bro coming in as one of the lowest of all time. These characters became the go-to for niche and gimmick strategies, meaning that Waluigi was free to rely on the slight boost to his base stats, instead of trickery. Waluigi also gained the powerful Rose emote, which upped his charm factor considerably. Based almost entirely on luck and the metagame shifting around him, Waluigi found himself in Overused, not as a trickster looking to exploit a strategy of annoyance, but as a solid part of the main metagame that could no longer be ignored. And then after a bunch of games no one actually cares about, Super Mario Party. After finally finding success and acceptance, it seemed like Waluigi was destined to fail. Even though more obscure faces popped up, Donkey Kong had been let out of Ubers during the gimmick car format, and he decided to stay around with his old bag of super mobile tricks. Even worse was that Bowser, who had remained an Uber since Gen 1, had finally been demoted to Overused with the rise of Toad, his old foil that had finally gotten the upper hand. Waluigi could no longer rely on his base stats, and had to rely on some old tricks, and he did... Waluigi's dice block sticks at a balanced average roll of 3.5, the exact same as the universal standard. By only using odd numbers and 0, it allows Waluigi to have decent control of board space and general strategy, and the high odds of rolling a 5 or 7 gives him a general mobility advantage. However, he lacks the high risk-reward factor of a character like, yes, Donkey Kong, who can manipulate two extremes with either an incredibly high roll that will always benefit him, or a guaranteed 0, which brings back the ferocious Curse Kong as he lowers his speed to farm a specific space's benefits. The large spread of Waluigi's rolls is pretty well distributed, which means that he can't be relied on for a specific function like Shy Guy or Wario can with their 4 and 6 heavy blocks. Thus, Waluigi fell to underused. It wasn't that he was bad, he wasn't Monty Mole or Koopa Troopa or anything. It's just with the high rollers bringing back their best and Wario's new strategy of low-risk gambling, the odd balance Waluigi had tried to achieve between a solid base and tricky trappings just didn't work out. Not the worst, but lost in the shuffle with so many other options. And that's it, so how good was Waluigi actually? I don't know, man, he was all over the place, but generally below average. Starting off trying to use a unique niche, Waluigi thrived in gimmick formats before ultimately being outclassed by Donkey Kong. When he tried to counter this strategy, he ended up falling lower and lower until finally his counter was banned and he was allowed to wreak chaos for a brief time in Gen 5. Waluigi would bounce around with different sets through the years until finally becoming a respected partier without the need of the mischief he came in with, settling into a comfortable role as a fan favorite who's not expected to win, but the people will give him a break if they're not tilted from earlier gens. I guess Waluigi time isn't too bad after all. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, if you like the video and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe to Designing for more at least once a year Mario Party content. And as I never say, comment on which level or character you want to see next. Also, thank you to our patrons for continued support of our videos, and thank you to everyone else watching as well. And follow my people on these social media platforms, yada yada yada. See you next April Fool's Day, everyone!